bloody idiot, Alex raged at Fraser. I asked you if you had a spare tire, and you said yes. I didn't hear you, Fraser argued. You did because you answered, Alex yelled. Fighting isn't going to solve anything, I interjected, trying to keep some semblance of peace before war erupted. Guys, I'm cold, Paris moaned. That's the least of our problems, Alex snapped. We were in a jam, but I thought Alex was overreacting. The situation wasn't unsolvable. We got a puncture on our way to Fraser's uncle's woodland cabin. We couldn't call roadside assistance because there was no signal out here. That's actually why we chose the cabin over a city break. As YouTubers, having no access to our phones or the internet for a week was appealing. Paris made beauty videos, Alex had a commentary channel, and Fraser and myself were horror narrators. As much as we loved our jobs and felt lucky to be able to make YouTube videos for a living, the nasty comments and overbearing fans got us down sometimes. We figured having a break from all that and being unable to check our social media and comment sections even if we wanted to would do us a world of good. Look, I said, I'll walk back to the town that we passed. It must have been, 6 miles back? I might get some signal somewhere along the way, or another car might come along with a spare tire. You live in a fairyland, mate, Alex said. Do you have a better idea, I asked. You guys wait here. Wait, it's not safe to go alone, Paris said. She cut a final slice off her apple, then threw the core into the woods beside the road. Are you offering? I asked, looking at her high heels. I'll go, Fraser sighed. I'd rather walk in the dark than have Mr. High and Mighty going on at me. Alex flipped him the bird as we set off. I used my phone as a light. The moonlight glistened on the rain-soaked road. The torrential downpour had stopped a few minutes before we got the puncture, but I had my waterproof on in case. My sister said she replaced the spare tire. How was I supposed to know she hadn't? Alex is such a big douche, he doesn't fit in the bag anymore, Fraser vented. It's okay, don't take it personally. I'm sure Alex is just tired and frustrated, I replied. Fraser continued ranting. I knew we shouldn't have invited him on this trip. He changed after he got his 100K plaque. He's probably hitting on Paris right now. It's very convenient, isn't it? It wouldn't surprise me if he removed the spare tire to get you and me out of the way. You wanted to come, I pointed out. I would have made faster progress walking to town on my own, but I kept this thought to myself. We walked 2 miles in companionable silence before Fraser said he needed to pee. Give me 2 minutes, he said, walking into the woods. 2 minutes passed, then 5, then another 5, and he didn't return. Fraser, I called out. I headed into the woods. I'm coming in, pull your pants up, I yelled. I couldn't find Fraser anywhere nearby. I went back to the road in case we missed each other, but he wasn't there either. Fraser, I called again. This isn't funny. I waited another 10 minutes before searching the woods again. I was wondering whether to continue to town or go back and tell the others that Fraser was missing when I saw headlights. I ran back to the road, almost falling over a tree root on the way. I waved the car down and it pulled over. I jogged over to the driver's window. A young couple was in the car. What are you doing out here? The man asked. We got a flat a few miles back. We were walking to town, but my friend went to pee and hasn't come back. The couple exchanged a knowing and concerned glance. Get in, the man said. I'll drop you in town. We'll go to the next town instead of back to the last. We live there and my brother's a mechanic. He can fix your car, but it won't be till the morning, because no one comes out here at night. It's not safe. What about my friend? Why isn't it safe? There have been animal attacks, the woman said. This made no sense. No large predators were known to inhabit the area according to my guidebooks and internet research. I considered my options. I read scary stories for a living. I knew better than to get in a car with strangers. But if there was an animal, Alex and Paris needed to be warned. What if one of them went into the woods to relieve themselves? The couple seemed nice enough, although I'm sure that thought passed through the minds of many victims before they trusted a serial killer. Come on, it's really not safe, the woman pleaded. She seemed genuinely frightened. This helped me make my decision. I got in the back seat. We weren't that far from Alex and Paris. The couple didn't know I had other friends back at the car. I thought that if they planned to kidnap me, I could get my friends' attention when they failed to stop our car, or I could jump out and my friends being there would stop the couple pursuing me. I'm Jed, this is Amanda, the man said. Mitchell, I replied. My friends call me Mitch. If it's so unsafe, why are you out here? Amanda replied, "Driving through isn't so bad, but you should never stop." "What type of animal is it?" "No one knows. The bodies are always too torn up to tell." Jed pulled over beside our car. I jumped out. "Alex? Paris?" I called. Nobody responded. I was hit with a wave of terror. This was eerily similar to Fraser's disappearance. I hurried to the car. The passenger door was wide open. Nobody was inside, but the seat was drenched with what looked like blood, and there was the unmistakable metallic smell of the red stuff. The road was blood-soaked as well. I hadn't noticed at first, mistaking it for rainwater. Silent tears streamed down my face. "Oh no," Amanda whispered beside me. "We need to get to town," Jed insisted. "A search party will look for your friend tomorrow." "I thought you said he was with you back there." "There were 2 more waiting here," I replied distractedly. "I was looking for the knife Paris used to cut her apple, and I couldn't find it anywhere." "Typical," I muttered, hoping we wouldn't need it if we drove straight to town. Then movement caught my eye. "Wait, I think I saw someone," I called to Jed and Amanda, who were walking back to their car. "Was that the animal?" Amanda asked in panic. "No, it was a person." "Alex, is that you, mate?" The figure came out from behind a tree. He was muscular and well-built, but too tall to be Alex. Then the figure stepped closer, and I noticed his legs weren't right. They bent the wrong way at the knee, like a dog's. Then the head moved to the side, and I saw a snout pointing at the sky. The jaws opened and released a howl. "Run!" Jed yelled. The wolfman dropped onto all fours and raced towards me at an impossibly fast speed. If I hadn't been so close to Jed's car, I wouldn't have made it. "Drive!" Amanda screeched. Jed turned the key in the ignition. The engine roared to life, but the car was thrown off the ground before we could get away. I think we flipped a few times in the air. I hadn't had any time to get my seatbelt on, so I was thrown about like snow in a snow globe. The car landed upside down on the tarmac with a crash. Broken glass punctured my skin all over my body. I touched my aching head and my fingers came away bloody, but I was awake. I could move all my limbs. Jed was hanging upside down in the driver's seat, his seatbelt digging into his flesh. Amanda hadn't been wearing a belt. She was still in her seat, but her neck lay against the roof in the car at a right angle, with a bone protruding through her skin. I rolled onto my side and coughed. Jed grunted. "Jed," I said urgently. His eyes flickered open. He saw Amanda. His noises of grief sounded inhuman, and all too human at the same time. Wolf feet appeared a few meters from my head. I hurriedly released one of my shoelaces from its sneaker. "Jed, listen, the wolf is here. When it attacks, I need you to keep as still as you can. Stop it using its arms against me." "Babe, no," he cried, still looking at Amanda. I don't think he heard me. He screamed as the wolf tore him from the car. I knew my plan was unlikely to work now. It would have been a long shot, even with Jed's help, but I was going to go down fighting. The wolf pulled me from the car by my ankles. More broken glass scraped my back. Grateful for all the time I spent in the gym doing sit-ups, I launched myself forward and wrapped the shoelace tight around the wolf's neck. I pulled with all my strength. I was sure the wolf would strike me with its claws, but I was determined to hold on. It would kill me before I let go. The wolfman simply swiped its head sideways aggressively, and the lace snapped. It looked down at me as if I was an idiot to think that would work. I was surprised an animal could express so much through its face and eyes. It seemed unbelievably human in that moment. It growled, no doubt preparing to end my life. I closed my eyes, praying it would be quick. My eyes opened when the wolf yowled in pain. Blood cascaded from its neck. The wolf took dying swipes at me. I protected my face with my arms, and my arms with my legs and soles of my feet. I managed to avoid getting more than a few minor scratches before the beast collapsed beside me on the road. My savior offered me a hand up. It took me a moment to recognize Paris because she was covered in dirt and leaves. She held the apple knife in trembling hands. We hugged, both of us crying. We collapsed to the side of the road, physically and mentally exhausted. I got us food and water from the car. We needed fuel for the long hike to town. "Alex?" I asked. "It got him," she replied. I nodded, expecting as much, having seen the blood in the car. "I hid while it was ripping him up," she continued. "It tore his throat out straight away. I couldn't have helped. I rolled in mud so it couldn't smell me. It tried to find me, but went the wrong way." We turned when we heard a weird sound beside us. I can only liken it to crackling paper or spitting fire. Something was happening to the wolf. We watched in horror as it returned to human form. Fraser lay on the tarmac with his throat sliced open where the wolf had been. I couldn't believe it. He was our friend, and he brought us out here to die. People say YouTube friends are fake, but this took it to a whole new level. We began the slow walk into town. Paris had removed her heels, but I was hobbling, having hurt my ankle in the car flip. Was he a werewolf, I asked. Paris said, I don't think so. It's not a full moon. Maybe he was a dog man. They're different from werewolves, according to my brother. He's into this stuff. Surely people sent you dogman stories for your channel. I ignored those. I only read true stories, I told her. She laughed and said, maybe give them the benefit of the doubt next time.